neighbor is having an issue with this person. I don't know if they're mentally insane or on drugs, but I'm afraid for the person that's jumping from car to car. And mister, I'm scared somebody gonna get hurt seriously.
Police.
Oh, they about to taser us.
Yeah, they're gonna taser. He the one that came to my house. That's that big ugly ass. Everybody be spotted.
Tase that man. Ooh. He about to be done. He about to tase.
Get him.
Whoa! Woo! Get him again!
Lock him up.
Oh my God! Look at that!
You can hear them tase him again.
For the longest, they tried to make it as though tasers were non-lethal. And the deaths kept mounting. And as the deaths kept mounting, the outcry became louder and louder about officers using these things. And then Taser International itself came back and said, you know, wait a minute, we need to look at this again, because if you use them a certain kind of way, they might have some repercussion on individuals that could result in death.
Welcome to the new line of smart taser weapons.
This is a potentially lethal weapon. It's something that's being shot into, it's piercing somebody's skin, immobilizing them. And so it can be dangerous, and people have died as a result. That's not the intent of it. The intent is actually to prevent somebody from dying.
The taser is a great tool, because if you go out on a call for some guy that's 6'5" on PCP and he's fighting you before, if you hit him with an asp, he's going to get a lot of contusion marks, maybe break some bones. And taser's not going to do that. It's going to lock them up, lock their body up, they fall over, and you handcuff them.
Officers routinely use tasers not as a weapon to defend against a threat, but as a compliance mechanism.
It's just another tool that we have, less lethal tool that fills a gap, and the taser is the only device right now that actually incapacitates it.
And when that's becoming part of the tool belt of the police, there has to be two things. There has to be training on how to use that particular item, and second, what are the protocols?
Generally, a cartridge would be on the end, just like this. It would be armed, and then the secondary cartridge would be in here. You can see on these targets, they come from Taser, they have preferred target areas when we talk about splitting the hemisphere. We want to stay away from the head, stay away from the neck, and we want to stay from this heart area. The Taser has this red dot that comes out. Look at your preferred target area. Where's that dot?
Get back! Taser, taser, taser!
And I'll say taser, taser, and we'll fire that off. You can see the lines. You saw the aphids come out. We'll let it run for 5 seconds, and then it'll power off.
The taser is the one thing that can incapacitate somebody to where you can take them into custody in the quickest amount of time. What we've seen nationwide, what we see locally, is a reduction in injuries to both the suspect and the officer in the vast majority of cases.
I've tased in a training environment hundreds, in excess of 500 officers going through the training, never had an injury. But it's a controlled environment. There's not those outside things, alcohol, drugs, history, things that officer may know, may not know. You know, so it's hard in those situations out on the street to make those assessments if you don't know anything about the person's history.
He got the message. He was moving like you want all children, your own children, or anybody that you've cared for to do. Be successful. So they admitted Vaughn to the hospital for the seizures, which actually started, I said, over toothache. He had a seizure, he woke up, he's fine, he's looking around, I want to leave. As he's trying to get up and I think he didn't even really get dressed. He was ready to leave in his gown. You know, she tried to block him and he pushed her to the side. He got one of the hospital security guys apparently in a headlock. And when the Baltimore City Police got there, they're telling Vaughn to let the man go, you know, get on your knees, put your hands behind your back, that kind of stuff. Vaughn doesn't respond. They tased him to death.
I tell you to shut up, you don't shut up, I tase you. I tell you to move, you don't move, I tase you. I tell you to stand over there, you don't stand over there, I tase you. I tell you to stop yapping, you don't stop yapping, I tase you.
They said, do you know a Mr. Ali?
This was a gentleman in his 60s, mentally challenged. He wasn't taking his medications as diligently as he should have.
I said, yeah, I know him. They said, who is he to you? I said, he's my brother.
A female officer shows up and she confronts him. A male officer arrived on the scene and then they used force against him, trying to handcuff him. That didn't work, and so they began tasing him repeatedly over an extended period of time.
They said he went into cardiac arrest, and I really didn't know what to think of that. And I said, is he all right? And they said, well, he's on a machine now. I said, sounds like you're saying I should be there. They said, well, yeah, you should be here. Went in there, and he was hooked up to all these machines.
Though he did linger, he did not survive.
And so the first thing I said was, who did this to my brother?
That's the problem that we're having, and that's what we saw with Ali. He didn't respond, so they tased him over and over and over again.
You may have to use a couple different applications of it, but in the training we cover that. You know, if you're going to do applications of it, make sure that you can justify each application.
He was simply non-compliant because of his mental illness.
The officers thought that I was trying to break into my grandma's home, but actually I wasn't. I got to walking off and everything like that. And he said, come here for a second, come here for a second. Before I can get to them and come back towards them, she hit me with the taser once. I grabbed the taser, because I was getting shocked with it, and I tried to grab it and try to take it out. Another taser hit me, boom. So now I got two tasers in me and electrocuted me. I did like a 360 like. It like wrapped, the course wrapped around me. I dropped to the ground, and I was on the ground, and I was on the ground. I was just trying to just get the problems out of me, because the shock was taking over my body. I was just trying to. My reaction was letting me know to get it from out of me. I wasn't charged for no drugs. I ain't had no weapons on me, anything. I ain't had no drugs, no weapons, anything.
Did you ever find out that you were tased 22 times for 68 seconds?
No, sir.
What do you think about that?
That's harmful. I could have lost my life.
You know, I think that anything we can do to take people into custody without having to fire a shot from a gun is a good thing.
You know, 1 in a million. Who would have thought that he would have ended up like this?
I'm lucky to be here right now, man. Thank God that I'm here today.
We need answers and we need justice. It ain't about no money. We go through our struggles every day. We're still paying for his funeral costs. But I would give every single penny, every red cent back if I could have him back in my life. And I can't.